Hello everyone, today I will be reviewing Singing in the Rain. So Singing in the Rain is a musical starring Gene Kelly, Debbie Reynolds and Donald O'Connor, and is often thought to be one of the best Hollywood musicals of all time. So the film itself is set in 1927, and if you know anything about Hollywood history, you'll know that 1927 was an important year because it was a year that the film The Jazz Singer came out, which was the first film to be a talkie, to actually have sound in it. So obviously it's a time when lots of films were moving between being silent films and talkies. And two of the main characters in the film are Don Lockwood, who's played by Gene Kelly, and Lena Lamont, who's played by Gene Hagen. And these two are two of the biggest stars in Hollywood, and they've been in lots of silent films together. But obviously what happens is that when films are moving from the silent films to the talkies, they're struggling because Lena Lamont can't sing, or she doesn't have a very good voice. So when they're moving over to having the characters actually do sound in their films, they're going to need to have somebody else dub Lena Lamont's voice. So in comes Debbie Reynolds' character, Kathy, and she has a very good singing voice, so she's taken over the parts of Lena Lamont's voice. Now, what I really like about this film is how colourful it is. It really has lots of bright colours all the time, from all the costumes, all the backgrounds, everything. It's very lively, very animated, and as such, it's a very happy film that, that there really aren't really any dark moments, really any sad moments in the film. It's pretty much fun the whole way through. And the songs are all very catchy. I mean, we've obviously got the main song from the title, Singing in the Rain, but there's loads of other songs in here as well. We've got Good Morning, Make 'Em Laugh, and I'd say that they're all equally as good, to be honest. There really aren't any bad songs. They're all catchy. And what is really impressive is the dancing and the choreography in this film as well, particularly with Donald O'Connor and Gene Kelly. And a lot of the time, a lot of the dancing they do is very athletic and acrobatic as well. So as well as just dancing, my favourite character in this film is Cosmo, who's played by Donald O'Connor, and he's a character who every time he's on screen he's always making a joke, he's always trying to make people laugh, and he has a brilliant scene where he performs the song Make 'Em Laugh, and he's dancing all over the place, he's really having a good time, and he does a backflip. Well, what he does, he actually runs up a wall and does a backflip, and he's crashing into the walls and banging his head against benches and floorboards and all this sort of thing. And it's all very cleverly done. It's all a brilliant act. And quite a lot of it was actually just filmed in a long take as well. I'm pretty sure I had to rehearse it a few times. But it's all very impressive from a technical standpoint and also from an athletic and acrobatic standpoint as well. It's all very well done. The humour in this film is also brilliant all the way through. I mean, there's lots of jokes, and it's a film that doesn't really take itself too seriously. I think itself is almost meant to be a bit of a parody of the time period. It's not meant to be taken literally, but obviously they do have lots of troubles with moving the films from silence to talkies, and have lots of fun with this. There's always lots of fun little ways that they're trying to get the microphones that pick up the characters' voices. For instance, with Lena Lamont, her character needs to speak, so she needs to be speaking directly into the microphone, but obviously they can't have the microphone right in front of her during the film, otherwise that would look really stupid. So they try and hide the microphone in the bush first, but that doesn't work, and they try to hide it in her dress. And what she does, because her head's moving backwards and forwards all the time, the microphone is only picking up half of what she says, and it's really funny the way it happens. And then the microphone picks up odd sounds in the background, like when Don Lockwood throws a cane on the ground, it makes a large banging noise. And then there's another bit in the film where they actually show the finished film, and there's lots of problems with the editing and the sound. It's all out of sync. So when one character says something, it sounds like someone else is saying something, and vice versa. And it's all really funny. You have to watch it to understand what I mean, but it's just all very clever and very well done, and yeah, very amusing indeed. I think this is probably my favourite musical of all time, and it was actually named the #1 musical of all time on the American Film Institute's list of musicals as the top 25 musicals. I think up there was also films like West Side Story and The Sound of Music and The Wizard of Oz, but this one was #1, and I agree with that, to be honest, because I really have a lot of fun with this film. I really enjoy it. There's nothing about it that I don't like. It's a really good fun, family-friendly film that everybody can enjoy, and yeah, I can't imagine why anyone wouldn't like it, to be honest. I suppose some people might find it a little bit cheesy, a little bit corny, a little bit over the top, maybe not particularly realistic, but it's a musical, so it's going to be cheesy, it's going to be corny. That's what most of them are like. So if you're someone who's not into musicals, then maybe you might not like this, which is fair enough. It's not for everyone. But what can be said about this film is that it isn't a musical where there's songs the whole way through and the characters don't speak at all. Because most of the time characters are speaking normally, and then there's lots of different songs dotted throughout the film. Because I know there are some musical films where it is literally every line of dialogue is singing and there's no actual real conversations in it. Whereas in this film there is lots of regular conversations as well as many musical numbers. So, because this is my favourite musical film of all time, I'm going to give it a full 10 out of 10 rating. And I really mean that because I really think it deserves it. It's an absolutely brilliant, fun-filled family film that everybody can enjoy and watch. And it's probably, well, it is the best musical of all time in my opinion. So, full thumbs up, no complaints at all. So Singing in the Rain, there we go. What do you guys think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.